I can't believe it's already May. What is going on? Time is such a weird concept. I don't understand. I need to get caught up on my sketchbook videos. So we're gonna go through this one, which is my March through April. About half of March and almost all of April. Alright, and I still haven't figured out a tripod setup yet, so yeah, I'm just gonna hold it again. Makes me feel slightly more like I have a setup, even though I really don't. So I got the sketchbook in a Chinese airport, actually, when I was coming back from my trip to Beijing in January. So I started off the sketchbook with a sketch of Elphaba, because I had a strange revival of love for Wicked. These sketches are inspired by Kay Nielsen. I just bought a book that was illustrated by him. So I was really inspired by them. It's kind of a mesh of European art and Japanese art, which I thought was really interesting, and the people he draws are very elegant and ornate, really. So also I sort of went through a French phase where I was interested in like French art. This was with a brush pen. Again, it's sort of like this is sort of like Kay Nielsen style. This is inspired by taiko drumming. I took a taiko class for a while that's like Japanese drumming. It was really fun, but I stopped because school got kind of busy. This is Lorelai Gilmore. I watched like 5 seasons of Gilmore Girls, and I didn't have time to keep watching it. Maybe I'll pick it up again, I don't know. This is when I figured out the sketchbook wasn't very good for watercolor because her face, as you can see, got kind of messed up. But I think I did it anyway, you know, how I do. I like these legs. I sort of added those in later to fill up this empty space, but I think that kind of is better than everything on these pages. These were some Copic markers my sister got and let me borrow them and sort of tried out the pigment. These are more brush pen sketches. I kind of like how they turned out. I'm learning better to control the thickness of the brush pens. Copic markers usually bleed through, so I would just like creating new faces out of the outlines. This is semi-inspired by Moana. This is sort of, not really, inspired by Cole Sprouse on Riverdale, which I do not watch. Couldn't get through the first episode. It took me like 3 days to try to get through it. Oh, this is interesting. I was walking home and I stopped at this place. So there were a lot of different people and it was so cold. It was like windy and I was freezing my butt off, but there were some interesting people. So I sat down for like 5 minutes to do some like quick sketches of people, because that's what I've been trying to do more of. I think you'll see that more like further in the sketchbook. I do that more. It was a fun experience. I remember just being super cold, but that sort of helped because I was like speed drawing to get out of there. So this was when I saw Beauty and the Beast, and I have a whole video of me sort of gushing about that. I can't say my favorite movie of 2017 because I have to wait for The Last Jedi to come out. It was my favorite movie so far, and it like I think I've already talked about this, so I'm not gonna go into it, but just know that I loved it. But yeah, I tried and failed to draw a Prince Adam, and then I gave up. But these are some bells. This is sort of like the French style again. I was interested in how like detailed and ornate French clothing and hairstyles. All these sketches in these next few pages are from my trip to Bali. I actually was in a good place artistically while there, which was good because there was lots of inspiring things to look at. It's probably Dan Stevens, I'm pretty sure, because I had a short obsession with him. Some leftover acrylic paint. That was a mistake though. Yeah, I dropped my sketchbook on my palette, but I mean, I kind of like how it ended up, but I was kind of like, yeah, no! Another bell. I think this is Ginny. Of course. Gotta have at least one Ginny in each sketchbook. That should just be like a requirement. Oh yeah, this was while I was on the plane to Bali, I believe. So I did these like quick ink sketches and then later went in and sort of gave them some shading. I like this little sketch. I went through a phase where I would just draw girls when I would draw her with flowing hair, and now I'm going through a phase where I just draw girls with buns. I don't really know what's going on there. This was a lady I saw when we went to this restaurant in Bali who was going through cigarettes really fast. And this is my detailed drawing of Prince Adam before he turns into the Beast, because I love that look. It was so cool how they incorporated like historical French makeup that like the monarchs would wear. This is another lady I saw at that same restaurant. It was sort of this like group of ladies who were just like kind of, you know, going through drinks, having a night out on the town. There's also this like band doing covers of Beatles songs, which was nice. It was a very strange atmosphere to be in, but I got some cool drawings out of it, so. I got a lot of sketches from that restaurant because I could just observe people and draw them while they were eating. This was the oldest lady. She was eating her salad extremely slowly, so she fascinated me. And they were singing, "You can't always get what you want," which I feel like is a very, like, midlife crisis song. So in Bali, they were having this festival, but there's this big celebration before what they call the Day of Silence, where no one can speak or go outside. But the night before is kind of crazy, where they get these big plastic and, like, styrofoam demons and sort of parade them through the street. And we were waiting for that for like 2 hours almost. And so while we were waiting for that, I decided to like sketch the people around me because we were all waiting this big group. So I was standing up while I was sketching these people, and so I did it very fast because people were moving around, but also waiting, so some people would stay still long enough for me to draw them. They were wearing these like traditional clothes, and there were some tourists, you know, wearing their sarongs and stuff. Here's that character from before. All I know about her is she like hangs outside of the 7-Eleven and gets free slushies for chasing away loiterers. Also, I had this idea for these other two characters. I don't have that fleshed out at all, but yeah, I just sort of was sketching out ideas for them. We were at the beach. We sort of like stole these beach chairs from this hotel, so I spent the day drawing little miniature people, and I got some very tiny, see if I can focus in on some of them. Very tiny sketches of my brother. I like this one particularly. I don't know what it is about it, but I like it. Some of these are from observation, and some of these are just kind of made up people. I used to have this thing called the Kiss and Ride at my elementary school. These are more beach day sketches. I didn't know I had more, but there were these like ladies having a conversation while sitting in the ocean, and some more people. Watched 10 Things I Hate About You while ordering food from our villa. Mermaids. Actually, this is kind of appropriate for mermaids, because when I started drawing, I drew mermaids every day for like 2 years, but but I've sort of branched off and done other things. I used some blue pen. Yet I was just in class thinking about what I should draw, and I was like, Darcy and Elizabeth, of course. Why not? I love them. So, but then after that, it spurred like this Pride and Prejudice binge that lasted for like 2 or 3 weeks, where I watched like every version of Pride and Prejudice in existence. Like I started with the 6-hour miniseries BBC version, which is my favorite, and then watched the movie like twice, the 2-hour version with Keira Knightley, which is also very lovely and beautiful and amazing. Then I watched all 3 Bridget Jones' Diaries, which was also yeah, I watched a lot of Pride and Prejudice versions, but it was a fun time, let me tell you. Ginny, maybe? Oh, also I got kind of re-obsessed with Anne of Green Gables because that new show's coming out that looked really good. But yeah, here's Anne. It's just like it's a simple story and I love it. And here's more Anne. I just like love her character so much, and I just remembered how much she like meant to my childhood. Guy waiting for the train. This is from Yentl, and that's Darcy. I think that's Gilbert Blythe. I was on the train coming home, and that's a good time to sketch people because they're not really paying attention to you. If no one's like sitting next to you and like glaring over your shoulder, which happens sometimes. But I got some good like sketches of people. These are more people I was watching on the train. It's not creepy to draw people on the train, right? Isn't that like fair game? Someone tell me if that's like weird. Also, I've been getting into a new musical, which is Waitress. I haven't seen the musical, I've just listened to the music, but it's great music. More Pride and Prejudice sketches. I think I sketched these while I was watching the 2005 version. I think objectively it's the most beautiful, like everyone pretty much agrees, even if they love the BBC version more, which I mean personally I do because of like character development. I mean it has more time to flesh out the story and, you know, Colin Firth, but I really do love the 2005 version like a lot, almost equally. More Darcy and Elizabeth. These are kind of weird designs though, they're not the actors or anything, and just kind of in my imagination. Ursula? I didn't use a reference for that, but I guess I felt like doodling a villain. More Pride and Prejudice type clothing. This is more from the 2005 version. I came up with this little vampire dude. I kind of love him. I haven't given him a name or anything. I think he's a dad. Oh wait, this is like Hotel Transylvania, when you come up with something that's already a thing. Like I said, I don't watch Riverdale. I love Archie comics as the thing, and so I don't really like the dark turn. I know some people do, but I don't like the dark twist they did on it. Anyway, more Darcy and Elizabeth. Oh, yeah, so I watched all of those other versions, and also Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I watched almost every, like, adaptation of it. Is there any I'm missing? Because I'll probably go back and watch them. Another character I sort of thought up, and then I tried watercoloring, but it's pretty much failed. Like, these are things that I would, like, test out pens in the back of the sketchbook, so they're kind of experimental things. These were done like a long time ago because like this was me like testing the sketchbook out, and then I like started over like when I really actually started it. Like this is Ron and Hermione, like this was all the way back in my like rereading Harry Potter period. And yep, this is the end. Yep, that was my sketchbook. This is the next one that I have. Sneak peek. Thanks for watching the sketchbook video. If you have any like recommendations for videos, I'm probably going to do like some more tutorial videos, sort of like my own how I make art. But I'm not sure if there's any other videos people would want me to do who watch this channel and like my content. But yeah, I do need some ideas because I feel like this channel is kind of just me showing sketchbooks, and I don't want that to just be the point of this channel. It's my art channel, so I want to do more things related to art, like maybe art advice or an art discussion or something like that. So, you know, I'm open to suggestions always. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for watching the sketchbook video, and I hope you enjoyed it.